Hello, I'm Chard. Welcome to our Chard's Coin and Bullion Dealer YouTube channel. Today we're going to night on test half a dozen sovereigns. The main reason that we're doing this particular video and we're selecting these 6 sovereigns is these are good examples of the different silver content in modern gold sovereigns and the effect that has on the colour. Yeah, we're putting some links into a web page that we created a few years ago, and it's titled something like Alloy Analysis of British Gold Sovereigns, and in that we show an 1817, we show a few other dates, and surprisingly the 1957 on that test was showing no silver, which is really unusual. We'll leave that with you for now, and the next time we review this subject will probably be when we get our hands on the first of the 2026 yellow gold sovereigns. So we'll start off with the first one, and while that's going, I'll make a point. We're starting with an 1817. You can have a look, but we'll show you a better photo of one. It'll be a different one. I don't think we've got time to photograph this as well. I'm only going to do one side of each coin for now. Yep. There we go. Yep. Testing. Oh, we had a very quick gold plate detect, or possible, and it said gold plate not detected. You sometimes get a transient message right at the start of a test when it hasn't actually got much data to analyse. So while that's working away, I'm going to have a sip of my cup of tea. I tried to do that quietly so you don't get a slurp on the video. And the reason we've chosen 1817 is that's the first date of modern gold sovereign. So there were some way back in time, starting with Henry VII in 1489, but the production of modern sovereigns started after the 1816 Coinage Act, and 1817, for George III, is the first date. You can see on screen what I can see. Ooh, look, 913. At 91.3% or 913 parts per thousand. Now it will flick over to the kind of analysed result, but what I want to do, that's only in 3 figures. I now want to show you that in 4 figures, and we'll press this and you can see there gold 91.32, but that's not good enough. It should be 91.66 or 67. But if we add in the error there, that would make it 91.70%, and that is within the range that we expect it to be. The second thing we've got in there is we've got some silver content. We've got, I'm going to put it on 4 digits, I have to think carefully about it. That's 45 parts per thousand of silver, which is surprisingly high, or to most people it's surprisingly high, and there's more silver than copper because there's only 40.4 parts per thousand of copper. There's some palladium recorded there. Whether that's accurate or not, or whether that's an error by the niton tester, because what it has to do, it takes X-ray diffraction samples, lots and lots of them, and then it does some computing to work out what it's actually seeing and what the elements are there. So sometimes you can get errors, and it's due to the technology. So we don't quite know why. The only way to really test about palladium would be to melt and assay it, and that's rather destructive, so we won't do that today. So that's the first one we've done. We'll hit close on that, and we'll go on to our second coin. I'm only doing one side of each coin today. Normally we do both sides, and that's for time and to actually keep the video fairly tight for time. So we now have 1826. Come on, I press the button, get going. There we go. Audit in progress, gold plate not detected. That's good. The reason for an 1826 is by next year, this will be 200 years old. And later this year, we should have the 2026 gold sovereigns, which are going to be like the return to yellow gold sovereigns instead of red gold that we have currently. I've analysed or niton tested thousands of sovereigns before, but we haven't collated all the data in one place. What we should have done is got it all into a database. We haven't done that. It's a project that one course to do, but we really need to create the database for it and then work out how we're going to do the input direct into the database. Everything takes a bit of time. We want to get it right, so there you go. That's that one. 92.0. I'm going to click the details, and you can see it to 4 decimal places. I think that's it. You know, I haven't even got time to finish my cup of tea here. I think we've seen enough there. Close. Over the lid. Let's have a look. Next date we're going to do is an 1887. And this is a London Mint sovereign. We know that because there's no mint mark on it, but we also know it because it's a nice yellow colour. Aren't all sovereigns yellow coloured? No, not all sovereigns are yellow coloured, he says, talking to himself. Press it again. Gold, not present. Gold plate, probably, make your mind up. This is Queen Victoria, and it's a Jubilee head, and it's London Mint. One interesting feature about this is anybody with a reasonable experience of gold sovereigns can tell an 1887 London Mint Jubilee head sovereign from quite a good few feet away because it's distinctly yellow, and it's more yellow than, say, an 1887 Young St Georgian Dragon, or an 1887 Shield, or an 1888 Jubilee, regardless of which mints any of those are from. What we find in the gold content's about where we expect it to be. In fact, that's reading very slightly high. Let's press the details bit, and there we go. So there's the complete list showing to 4 figures, 2 decimal places. Gold 91.8%, which is slightly high reading, but if we took the error off there, it would be 91.5, so that's completely within the normal range. Copper 6.46%, well, whatever. Silver, slightly surprising because it's showing 1.41%, or roughly 14 parts per thousand. And if anybody asks me how much silver there is in an 1887 London Mint Jubilee head sovereign, I say 12 parts per thousand, and that's what it's generally reckoned to be. This one's showing at 14 parts per thousand. Okay, it might be the machine reading it incorrectly, or there could be other factors. Doesn't matter what part of equipment, what technology you're using, you're always going to get some errors, and that's within the kind of error range that I'd expect, even though the tolerance says 0.05%. So that's that. And that is distinctly yellow, and we're showing you pictures of all these while we're at it. The next coin in there, and I'll better go close on that. We're going to do a 1926 sovereign. This one's from the South Africa Mint, Pretoria Mint in South Africa. I'll just double check. Yes, it is, because that's the commonest mint mark for 1926. And the reason we've picked a 1926 is when we get to next year's yellow sovereigns, this will be 100 years old. So we're showing you coins from 100 and 200 years old. You might think this is leading up to something, and yes, it's leading up to exciting news, really, that next year's gold sovereigns, which will be released later this year, are going to be yellow, hopefully because they've got some silver content. What are we getting? 916, yeah, the reading for this is perfectly normal. That's interesting. The silver content is 4 parts per thousand on this, which is more or less what I would expect for a modern sovereign from about the last century. I'd normally say, if somebody asks, I normally say 3 or 4 parts per thousand. Sometimes we see 5 parts per thousand. Let's look at the details bit. And there we are. 91.56 plus or minus the error, that's okay, that's within range. Copper, I'm not worried about that. Silver, 4.2 parts per thousand. entirely within what I expected. It's showing a possibility of titanium on the error column, but that's enough. We don't need to do any more there. Let's close this and get our next coin. We're zipping through these today. Now, this one is a 1957. This was the first date of Queen Elizabeth II. Let's press the button. There we go, it's settling down. You should always allow a machine like this a few seconds, because what it's doing is statistical sampling. And if you only do a statistical sample of, if you like, one person in an opinion poll, it could be anything, very random. But the greater your sample size, the more accurate you're going to be. This is interesting, 912 -6. Yeah, that's within range, entirely what we expected. And that's interesting, because I've tested 1957 sovereigns before. I've tested probably every single date of sovereigns apart from 1819. I haven't tested one of those because we've never owned one, and they are very rare. We were going to test an 1841 today, but we sold our last one, and I think we've only ever owned two. So what's this coming out? 91.2%, plus or minus 4. I'll need the details on this. So there we go. 91.17, add in the error, 91.57. That's just slightly low for the expected range, which is 9166 or 9167. Again, I think that's probably more down to the machine than it is down to the coin. We could retest it, but today we're not going to do. We're just going to do this for the speed and the silver content. 3.6 parts per thousand, with a slight error in there, so probably closer to 4 parts per thousand of silver, which is what I would have expected. Let's have a look. Now we're going to try a 2025, I hope. I'll just check the date to make sure. Am I? Yes, it's 2025. This is supposed to be the last of the red gold sovereigns. I think the Royal Mint call them rose gold sovereigns, because rose sounds a bit more romantic and a bit softer than red. They're saying 915. What we're noticing here, it says gold plate not detected, that's fine. What we're noticing, there's no recorded silver content in here, and that's what we've expected. In the past, on 1957, I've tested at least one coin that showed no silver content on the night-on test. But on that test in that coin, I don't think I clicked the details bit, because I think there would have been a trace showing there. And again, it could have been slightly quirky reading from our machine. Perhaps we haven't calibrated it that morning. Perhaps it was an hour and a half day. Let's have a look at the details bit. And what we got? We've got the gold content there, which is entirely normal. We've got copper content. We've got a 0% titanium content, but with some error showing there. So again, that's the machine actually admitting or warning you that there could be some sampling errors there. I think if we left it on test for 5 or 10 minutes, or we tested it 20 times, some of those errors would reduce. But the interesting thing, read down the list, and there's no silver content down there there's 8 on that list. Let's click that. What have we got there? No silver content. Silver content. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. In 21st place, 0 silver content with an error of 0.03%. Almost certainly no silver, or if there is, really tiny parts, round about 1 part per 10,000 or less. And what else is down below that? Well, palladium shows above silver there. And that's it. It goes down to tin, and that's the end of it. So that's those 6 coins. What we would like to do now is show you a test on a 2026 sovereign. But if we did that and we published it as a video, The Royal Mint would be down here on us like a ton of bricks, because they don't even like us producing our own artist's impression, if you like, or preview of what next year's sovereign will be like. So if we were here testing a real sovereign, I think I'd be carted off in handcuffs. I don't think the Royal Mint would be talking to me. But there you go. I've done enough talking for now. I haven't mentioned clicking subscribe. If you like the video, click subscribe. If you like it, give us a thumbs up. If you don't, well, there you go. If you've got any comments or you've got any questions, put those in the comments below. We do look at them all, and we try to respond to them all if possible. That's all, folks. See you again soon. Bye for now.